Hello, everyone. It brings me great joy to say we are back. Fantasy football is back. Pony is back. Pony's pepperoni picks are back. Nick's annoying stats and little tidbits are back. Braden's mellow Anthony hate is back. And we have a special guest, the man that took the Infinity Stones off my hand just a few months ago. We have our 2024 National World Powerball Junior Champion, Carter Moran. Carter, how you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. How are you?
Just, I'm okay. Seeing that trophy hurts a little bit. Nick and Braden,
Hey.
we're back on the podcast. I think the people want it. What do you guys have to say?
Hey guys. Oh, hey Anthony, how many rings you got?
More than everyone else.
Braden, how many you got? I got two. I got two. Carter, how many do you have?
I got three. Oh, you got one? That's cute.
I just got one.
But I need to say two things about Carter before we get started. The first one is I think week 2 or 3 last year on this very podcast said Carter might not win 3 games. He might not win again this year. Worst team ever. So I owe Carter an apology. I was wrong. His team, I still don't think it was the best team in the league, but it got hot at the right time, and that's what it's all about. And 2, I think I told Carter probably 2 years ago, look, bud, as long as I'm in the league, I will guarantee you never win a national championship here. And he did it. So I was wrong. Carter, congratulations on your first. It's nice to have a new winner. I think you're in an elite status of people that aren't me, Justin, Nick, or Braden. I think there's only one other, and it's Mike, right?
Yeah, Mike's got. Does Mike have 2?
Yeah.
Does Mike?
One.
Justin.
Justin's got 2. It's 2, 2, 2, 3, and then ones. But some things have changed. We have 2 married men on our podcast now, so that's cool.
To each other.
Yeah.
Woo!
You guys kind of look
girl.
like a little gay couple right now. I don't know what it is. You guys look kind of cute. Maybe it's like you're sharing a laptop together.
That's why I wanted to be very clear that we're not married to each other.
Even if the waitress at Clay's sports bar thought that we were.
Nick did pay for my dinner a couple nights ago.
Did he wear his tight black jeans?
Yeah, and that jacket with the fur around the neck.
Off in the fur. Hey.
Oh, yeah. I'm not apologizing for having style.
You guys want to know back to football, because enough gay talk, but I think that I really want Alexi to be relevant again. Like
Alexi hasn't been relevant in years.
I know. So
I think I had a conversation with Connor about that the other day. It's almost like he's too washed. It's been years since he's made the playoffs, I think.
This leads into one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys. Who is someone in the league besides us this year that you would want to see win the championship?
I mean, it's obviously everyone wants me to win it.
Nobody wants
No, besides the 4 of us. We've all won one. Somebody that hasn't ever won. If you had to,
I wouldn't mind seeing Benny Hoop get a ring.
He deserves it the most. I think if he's like the Sergio Garcia of the fantasy league, but he definitely deserves it the most. He's always there.
I can't let Sherry or Connor win one because they haven't been in the league long enough. They haven't earned it yet.
I'll say it right now. The same thing I told Connor. So maybe it'll happen again. But Connor, if you watch this dude, you're never winning this league. Connor is just there. He's like the Jeremy Vaccaro of the league. He's just there. He's like the Matty Dolan.
Alex Borsek.
Yeah, he's kind of there.
I think Ben deserves it the most, but I would like to see Alexi get on the board.
I don't even Alexi hasn't won one yet.
Alexi had a stretch the first, I want to say 6 years of the league, making the playoffs every year, very consistent. And then he just has fallen off in the last couple of years. Hasn't even come close.
I like to see Alexi getting dominated, though.
You want to know who I'd like to see? And he's had, and I broke the numbers down. He's historically the worst person in the league's history. I think it's time for David Jones to get one in the junior. It's kind of like those coaches that dominate in the NFL or they dominate in college football and then they go and they can't seem to figure it out, like Urban Meyer. That's Dave. He's got a ton of accolades and rings in the Powerball. I never won a playoff game in the junior. And I think I wouldn't mind seeing the old man. He's got 2, maybe 3 years left in him. So Wouldn't mind seeing him get one.
I like that you went with Urban Meyer and not like Nick Saban.
Well, my dad kind of touches people, so
Wow.
But-
Dave was gonna pick, but somebody else that I want to see win is William. He really lays his heart and soul into the fantasy league, especially for not being in it for as long as everybody else has been. And I like how he assembles his teams. I think he had like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady on his team last year, just for they're winners.
He's got a good locker room every year. Every
One
year,
of
locker room's good.
Also, he always has Brian Robinson on his team. And update of the week, he has not gotten shot this week.
That's pretty good news. If you're a Brian Robinson fan, both his limbs, no holes in them. So good for him. William's a good take. I like William. I don't think he's ever gonna win because William does this thing where, and I think it's a pretty common trend at this point, where he gets a pretty good team and then he gets bored. Like week
Takes
7,
some
8, he's like,
trades.
I'm bored, and then he trades all his good guys and gets trade rate by like Ben every year.
I'll say I don't think I've made a
Sucks.
trade in
Every year.
I haven't made a trade in like
think-
5 years probably.
William just gets bored.
He's going to trade Christian McCaffrey for like 2 stupid players
Yeah.
to Ben. But then Christian McCaffrey is going to get hurt right before playoffs, and Ben is going to lose. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
has he had
like-
Christian McCaffrey years in a row?
William will draft. I mean, I had him for most of last year, but William will draft McCaffrey. And then Vinny Stones, best team ever on paper, whatever. But William will draft McCaffrey. He'll get like 32 to like 40 points, like 6 out of like the first 7 weeks, and then William will be like, all right, who wants McCaffrey in the group chat? And it's like, why would you trade him? He averages 40 points. I don't get it. But I brought up the Alexi thing earlier. This is how like in my head I am about fantasy and kind of how sad it is for Alexi. This was at 9 a.m. going into work. I was on the train. I just texted him, hey man, I'm really tired of you being terrible in fantasy. Can you like be good this year? Let me know. I can help you if you need some. And he said, been studying since August 1st. I'm ready. 5 years of greatness, then 5 years of terrible play. The cycle shall continue. So I think Alexi's gonna be good this year.
I think he told me he stopped listening to those guys at CBS. So that might be the difference.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Those
listen to NBC.
Do we have divisions picked out yet, or is that after the draft?
I think we're just rolling them.
I thought we already did them. I thought we did them.
I don't know how we did them.
We did him in Braden's wedding.
We picked the draft order Braden's wedding, but I think we decided not to do divisions. So maybe we can vote, and
We do that at the draft.
We could do it after the draft. That'd be exciting.
I think like before the
Right
draft.
before the draft.
Yeah.
All right, everyone will be there.
I think we
So-
might have 100% attendance.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Carter, are you gonna be there?
I think I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make a early morning home from the trip home from the beach, and I think I'll be there.
From experience, being like the only person not at the draft one year, it was pretty miserable because I was at the beach and all my friends went out to dinner, and I had to be like, "Sorry guys, like I can't."
Yeah, that's what I was gonna have to do. I was gonna stay in, but then I thought about it. I can have a 6-hour car ride to listen to fantasy football podcast on the way home, so it'll be perfect.
So you're gonna start your draft prep on the ride home.
Oh, there's already been a few mock drafts.
All right.
The one time I missed the draft, I drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire with the 5th overall pick. So I will be in attendance this year.
I won't be
The
gone.
curse of the draft. No one has ever won not being at the draft.
Actually, I think my season was terrible 2 years ago. Like I think I won like 3 games and I wasn't there.
And I'm good every year. Like I say, never miss a draft. Justin Symes, most loyal player in the league. Never missed a draft.
One time I see him. That and like the 1 week that he comes to watch football.
Who
I
is
don't
it?
think
Yeah,
I've ever missed a
that's all I'm excited for. We get to see. I know every year it's been exactly 365 days since I've seen Justin Symes. And then I get to see him, and every year he kind of looks the same, except his arms. He's just a little
Comes
more.
with one
muscular
new
every year.
piercing every year, I feel like.
Dude,
He's got
yeah,
a nice-
new piercing and like 6 to 10 pounds of muscle added on every single year. He does.
What's he gonna be wearing this year?
CeeDee Lamb jersey. That's my guess.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
he wore it last year. I think he's gonna go throwback.
I think he's going Zeke. Because Zeke's
Zeke?
back. Also,
I would
shout out.
love to see Justin. If you listen to this, I would love to see a vintage Zeke jersey. come in for the draft. That would be electric. I gotta pack my CD jersey.
Is the Zeke hype real?
I had Zeke last year and he got like 2 points a game. So
I'm a Rico Dowdle guy.
Did you see
All right,
that
that
Cowboys are training Dalvin Cook right now?
Who?
Dalvin Cook is training tomorrow with the Cowboys.
Dalvin Cook is
not good. Not going to be the answer to our problems.
Someone on Twitter said the Cowboys are making an infinity gauntlet of good running backs that just ain't got it anymore.
Just like Anthony's team last year.
Now I've been doing extensive research on the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader this year. Netflix special. It's pretty good.
Oh, it did come out?
The Dallas Cowboys cheerleader Netflix special?
Oh, cheerleader. I thought, never mind. I thought, never mind. Any more questions, Nick? Any like fantasy?
I got one or two more. Real quick, we can just go around the table. Give me one player that you can't understand why people like them this year, where they're being drafted. I won't make everyone tell us like a player that they like before the draft. That's
Should I go first?
Sure.
I can't wrap my head around how Puka Nacua is going in the first 2 rounds, let alone the first 4. He's going to be the second receiver on that team. He's not that good. He's not. And you can get Cooper Kupp like literally like 4 rounds after him almost in some leagues. It's insane. And he is not the number 1 guy. Cooper is. So Puka Nacua, don't understand why he's going in the second round.
Now, do you think this is like a reverse psychology? Anthony's going to tell people that like he doesn't like Puka, so he slips in the second round, and Anthony takes him.
I actually wouldn't take him in the 3rd or 4th, and I'm smarter than you guys. Remember, when it comes to drafting, I'm 4 steps ahead of you guys. I'm on a different level.
Yeah, we could tell based on last year.
Dude,
Carter,
Christian McCaffrey, A-Chain. Oh,
Carter, who you got?
I think Puka's not a bad one. Who's that running back on the Dolphins? A-Chain. I don't know. I just didn't like the looks of him.
I like that pick. He gets hurt a lot. We haven't seen enough for.
I think Justin Jefferson's great, but I don't know who their quarterback's.
When you do see him, he's usually running away from you.
He's one of those league winners, maybe league losers guys, like a Zach Stacy, you know.
I have no idea who I'm gonna pick.
Oh man, what a throwback! My pick is gonna be Stephon Diggs this year. I think all 3 of their receivers are going a little too high, and I just can't see. I can't see if he's gonna be good because I think he's a 3rd round pick.
CJ Stroud slump year.
Yeah, mine was similar. I was going to say Nico Collins. Just like doesn't really make sense. He's going like in the back of the 2nd, early 3rd, and I'm like, he's like fine. Like he'll be fine, but like
no, I agree.
3rd.
The media did this thing with shit. They kind of did with Kamala Harris too, but I wouldn't do politics on this. But they like made the Texans like so like they were good for like 9 games. And like I do think they're good, and I like CJ Stroud, but they've like been like the face of the NFL. It's weird, like some like insane team, and I'm like they haven't really done anything. They lost in their first playoff game, 2nd.
They beat the Browns, I think,
and then they lost to, they beat Flacco. I don't know. I'm out on all the Texans, honestly.
They all can't be good,
right?
So
their team can be good. I just don't think
the team will be good.
Like
that's what I meant. That's what even the running back situation, like Mixon's good, but that was a good question. What's your other one?
I want to talk about changes to the league. Are there any that you want to see this year? It doesn't have to be rule changes.
Are the only we changing defense?
And then building on that, how do you think that the defensive change that we're going to make this year, changing it back to standard defense scoring, is going to affect the league?
I think no one will beat my 237-point game.
I think you're right there.
Or is it 267 or 267?
I had one
to start with. It was 30 last year.
67. I want to see more trades. I feel like Anthony is a pretty consistent trader. I feel like
Why no one wins?
2 trades a year.
I feel like I trade more than anyone in the league.
There's
I
a
never-
couple.
That's
I
why
never
we
trade.
win, dude. It's like the guys like William. Well,
I
William
never
is
trade
bad at
last
trading,
year. I
but
won.
yeah, I mean you can. I won one of my years without trading. The one that you might say has an asterisk.
Just because I'm a genius during the draft.
But like, there's people in our league that just never trade, and they never like Paul. Paul, okay, perfect example. Paul's won 5 games in like 4 years, and Paul refuses to trade. Change something. In the words of Braden Little.
That was Ben,
That
actually.
was Ben.
Oh, in the words of Ben too. Maybe Braden Little. He said it to you.
No, I think he said it to Nick. Right?
Yeah, he said it to me. That's like a Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky quote. It's like
Wasn't that on
Ben.
hole 2 of Will's Park?
I think I made it more popular. Ben coined it.
I think what I threw a disc into the creek playing
Hole
disc
2
golf.
at Will's Park. I'll never forget where
Yep.
we were.
Classic.
Like maybe you should
Right.
change.
But I just want to see more like back and forth. If someone reaches out for a trade, I mean, or just from the get go being like, I don't want to trade with you. Like I feel like I waste a lot of time, and then
That's Carter.
I think you're talking about me, Nick.
Yeah, and then Carter will keep me on the hook, especially Carter, all day. He'll send 2 or 3 texts over the course of like 8 hours, and then he'll be like, you know what? I'm good.
I when it comes to Carter trading, actually could have had him not win the league last year, but I messed up.
It's
He
true.
offered me like Rashad White and Calvin Ridley, I believe, for CeeDee Lamb, and I declined it. And I totally would have either won the league or he definitely wouldn't. You would not have won the league with that one.
I didn't offer you that. I think that's what you offered me, and I wanted more.
Remember, you offered it to me. We went
Yeah.
back and forth, and then I looked at it for like 2 days, and I declined it.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh,
I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm pretty sad. But also someone that's really hard to trade with. I love him. I just talked to him for an hour yesterday, but like Mike's impossible to trade with.
Oh, I always get going, Mike. Mike, you just gotta trade him the like young, fun guys. He loves those guys. Like he's drafting like 10 or 11. He's definitely taking like Garrett Wilson and Jahmyr Gibbs. I can guarantee it. He's gonna have those 2 guys, and then he's probably gonna have Anthony Richardson or Jaden Daniels, whatever the Redskins dude is. Commanders. Sorry.
Sanders, jeez.
Sorry.
Dude, this is a family-friendly
Going on YouTube,
podcast.
Braden.
apologize.
You get canceled.
See, do you think I pictured Mike as a Saquon guy, but I don't know if that'll
He's
lead.
not taking Saquon Barkley. I talked to him, and he said, "Fuck Saquon Barkley."
Yeah,
He views him as a trader. Yeah.
yeah, he's a trader. I respect that.
If I can go through the pain of having another Eagles running back with the QB sneak.
Yeah, I'm out on Saquon.
Okay, but that was a great pick, Carter. We made fun of you.
It was great. Everyone made fun of me when I picked him. He was
You
great,
picked-
but it sucked when he would get tackled at the 1 and then he wouldn't get a touchdown.
Who's Swifty?
Yeah.
Yeah, he picked like
Yeah.
3 rounds.
I made fun of him a lot at the draft when he did it. I was wrong about a lot of stuff.
And he made fun of me when I drafted Thielen, too, and he played a great first half of the year.
100 catches.
And Amari Cooper, I think he made fun of me for getting 2. He got me 50 points in the championship.
You just got lucky.
He did. I'm telling you, he was the third. He was like the 4th best team in the league last year. There was multiple teams. Like I was way better. Connor was way better. Justin was way better. Crazy, but whatever.
My team went crazy.
Ring is a ring.
Oh man, Alexi told me somebody that he liked this year, and I can't remember who it was, but it was essentially like the new Allen Robinson. Like you're gonna get 4th. He like told me, and I was like, dude, you're gonna get 4th if you draft that guy.
Maybe like DJ Chark.
No, he was better than that. It was somebody good, like an actual decent player. But
Was it a receiver?
yeah, it was.
Why is Alexi not on
Oh,
this
it's totally
pod?
like Deontay Johnson.
Yes, I actually think it was. He's like, I really
Yeah,
like
because
Johnson.
he's the definition that of some guy that Alexi would, for whatever reason, think is good, and like he might be, but it's just like he's not going to be that good. Like he's on the Panthers.
And Alexi, if that was wrong, just send us a
Let us
text.
know. But I think I picked your brain there.
I think that's it though.
Is Alexi not a permanent member of this podcast?
No. Oh, was he at one point? And then he
I
just
think he
like
was early on.
actually I think he was, yeah.
Off the map.
He's a busy guy.
I don't know what he's so busy with. I think he's full of shit.
Can't believe that.
Dude, he's studying.
Connected with him on LinkedIn a few months ago.
I don't think I have him on LinkedIn. I'm gonna follow him.
All right.
Right now.
We want to interview Carter.
Yeah, Carter, this is your time as champion.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Questions.
I wanted to start off the interview, Carter. So you just won your first championship. Actually, let me go back even further. It's December 31st, 2023, New Year's Eve.
Slight breeze.
A slight breeze. You're watching football all day on the precipice of winning a championship. Take us through that day and that night and what it was like to win on New Year's Eve.
I'll take you through it. I can't say I was watching football. I'd say I was more at the bar on New Year's Eve, but I definitely had the fantasy football app open on my phone. That's for sure. I think honestly, within the first hour of the day, CeeDee Lamb or Mark Cooper had like 50 points each, and I probably kind of knew that I had it. So at that point, it was just a waiting game. And then the happiness started to settle in. I told Anthony to bring over my trophy so I could celebrate it with it that night, and then he showed up to my house without it. I was pretty upset about that, but
Because it's supposed to be mine until the draft. So
I definitely celebrated that
kind
night.
of
That's
insane
sure,
that
I'll
you
say
have it
that.
right now. Kind
I
of
had a
insane.
great celebration, and I've loved him, taken him with me everywhere.
Hey Carter, will you show the bottom of the trophy to the camera? No, the bottom. Yeah. You see that hole, everyone? I put my dick in that hole for 2
I
years.
believe it. Look how tiny it is. I bet your fucking dick went in
Yeah,
there.
my small beaner goes in there. Yeah, it's my trophy. It should be here with me for the third year in a row. It's whatever though.
He's gonna come to the beach with me. He's gonna come to Europe with me. I'm gonna show him everywhere.
I've done some weird things to that trophy, bro. Don't put your mouth on.
How many years do we have left on the bottom of that?
There's 6, 5, 11.
Wow.
That's
We
just not.
really can't kick Paul out of the league ever because we need him to buy stuff for the
That's
trophy.
true.
That's Paul's donation.
Well, the question is, what
20
are we gonna
bucks in the
do?
trophy.
What are we gonna do in 7 years once it's filled up?
You're gonna put a piece.
We're Stanley.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's
We're
awesome.
gonna stack it. Yeah, I don't know how we'll do that, but we'll figure it out. So okay, so you won fantasy.
I mean, I'm just winning right now, man. I'm winning
What-
at everything.
What do you have to say going into this season? You know, there's never been anyone, only 2 people ever gone back to back. And I think they're both, no, they're not both in this group chat. Just me and Justin, right? Brayden, you didn't win back to back, did you?
No.
You should have, but Jeremy Hill happened and AJ Green.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what an electric
so
championship.
So yeah, like only 2 guys have gone back to back. Carter, do you think you have it in you? I personally
I think I
don't.
definitely do, man. I think nothing changes. I think I go into this year with the same sort of motivation. I mean, it just feels right. Things are going. You know, I'm knocking down everything in my path. I'm filled with confidence. I'm a college graduate now. I got tons of knowledge now.
Let's have a round of applause for Carter Moran.
I'm just unstoppable at the moment. I mean, everything's just really going my way right now. So I mean, I have a hard time not seeing me hold on to this guy for a whole another year.
Well, Carter, everyone has a girlfriend now. So I'm gonna go with Carter wins 4 games and has a huge post-championship slump. His girlfriend's got him in the mud. He's not paying attention, and I think he has a huge down year. That's my prediction for Carter. I think
No, I don't think that's true, Anthony.
I don't think you have the mindset
I
to
mean,
do
you have to
it
think.
in a
You have
row.
to think. I got to keep up who I am as a man. I mean, do you think it's coincidence I got a girlfriend the same year I won this trophy? Why do you think she started dating me? Because she saw me win a championship. She saw me as a winner, and she wanted that in her life.
That was gonna be my next question. If you thought the trophy gave you the confidence to get a girlfriend and graduate college.
Oh, definitely played a part. Definitely played a part. I think that I was just been trying to win it for so long. I was stuck in my childhood years of wanting to win it, and once I finally won, I was able to let go and become a real man. So
You know, and that's why we play the game, everyone. I mean, that's just an amazing story right there. It changes lives. To the people that have never won a championship, like honestly, I don't know how you get up in like the morning. Like I could not go on. It's what gets
Feels
me.
good knowing you're the very best.
It's what gets you going through the tough day, the days where you step in dog poop and you had to work and your boss yells at you all day and you fuck up at work and then you get home and a homeless dude's on the train. But then you get there and you remember that you're a 3-time champion. It really it just turns everything around. I like the Williams and the Connors of the world. I pray for you. I really do.
Now, Carter, I have a more question. It's more selfish, really, because the last time I won was in 2019. That is 5 years ago now. And now I have a wife. And if she sees me not home with the trophy, it's not going to go well for me, right?
Mhm.
And so I just want to ask the most recent champion, because obviously you know more than us, especially more than Anthony. What do I need to do this year? Like, how can I prepare to set myself up for success the way that you did last year?
I mean, there's a lot of things that go with it. I mean, the camaraderie. I know we talked about the last time I was on this podcast. The camaraderie in the locker room, guys. Really, I talked about last year. I've previously had some locker room troubles with the Henry Ruggses and the Kareem Hunts and the Philip Lindsleys. And this year, I went into the playoffs this year. I stacked my team with a Rob Gronkowski, with a Tom Brady. I think I even got some influencer girl that my girlfriend likes boyfriend, because I was just trying to get a
Braxton
nice
Berrios.
for the team, a little morale booster. And it worked out for me this year. And I can't say that those guys didn't have a huge part in that.
Good advice. Locker room.
Locker
Talk
room
about the
guys.
locker room.
That's insane. Hey, Carter, I have a personal question for you.
Let me hear it.
Have you had sex with that trophy in the room yet?
I don't kiss and tell, Anthony.
Dirty dog. Dirty dog. Have you had sex with the trophy?
I don't kiss and tell.
It's fair. Fair. What do you have to say to the people that think that Anthony should have the trophy to the draft like every champion in the past 8-9 years?
I think that if I asked in the group chat if anybody thinks that Anthony should have the trophy at the draft, there would be
1
11.
versus 11. It's 1 versus 11. It's me versus everybody. It's 1 versus 11. That's how good I am.
I think you're funny if you think you'll even be allowed to touch this trophy. You'd be
You know
lucky
what?
to get to look at.
This is the first year that Anthony has actual real life responsibility, and he has to manage that and a fantasy football team. And I just
Oh, I'm gonna get fired. My work is gonna go so downhill the next 3 months. It's gonna be bad. I mean, I guess Sunday Night Football, I'll be all over it. I work for that, but Monday night, Sunday afternoon, Thursday. Yeah, I've thought about it, and I just needed to have it talk to myself and make sure that I have the priorities in my life straight. And I just need to always make sure that fantasy comes first over a job or a relationship. And I think they'll be okay.
Have you met Chris Collinsworth yet?
No, but I was in the same building as Mike Tirico. That's
pretty
kind of
neat.
cool. I saw him in an auditorium.
Big time.
So Carter, how'd you meet your girlfriend? The people want to know.
She's been known for a while. Like I said, known her for a couple years, and all it took was me to get this a hold of my hands, and things changed. Just like a trophy, just like a girl, never stop pursuing your dreams, guys, because if you keep trying, it will happen one day.
You hear that, Paul?
Yeah, that's a good point. Paul, we have 6 minutes and 37 seconds. Paul, what's the deal with Paul? Is it ever gonna be back? Is it capable? Is there is it possible?
I have a take on this, actually. So I was thinking about Paul the other day. You know why he's been bad? He always drafts the Packers. And he was good because it was Aaron Rodgers and it was Jordy Nelson and it was Randall Cobb and it was great. And I think that Jordan Love is actually going to be good. And I think that he's got some good receivers. So I think that Paul could turn it around. by taking Packers this year.
Paul hasn't been good since Frank Gore retired.
I can say I was
Hasn't
very,
been good since Chris Ivory was a relevant running back.
I was very happy when I saw that I was drafting in a position next to Paul.
Does anyone trade draft picks? I got 10.
I'm very happy at 6. I have a good game plan going in.
I have the 8th pick. If anybody later than 8 wants to consider trading, please text me. I'm open to it.
10. That's later than
Do you
me.
want to go Anthony, me, and you? Just back to back every round?
Yeah, Rain wants nothing to do with me. Stay far away from me, young blood. Don't reach. Yeah, Paul hasn't been good since Chris Ivory was a top 10 running back in fantasy football. How about that?
Arian Foster.
Chris Ivory, Arian Foster, legends of the game, Hall of Famers. Chris Ivory. What do you think Chris Ivory's doing right now?
I think we need to bring back some classic names too. Like I think Alexa needs to bring back Ghost to the Post.
I believe Mike changed his name from Saquon. Or he is changing it. Braden, you're still in the Queen.
I'm the Lightning Queens. You're Noodle King.
Noodle King. Yeah.
I like Creed Empire. I love Creed
Empire.
Empire.
Throwing out something new.
I might go back to the old one after Game of Jones. I like Game of Jones, but I might go back to the Dynasty.
No. Do you think Ben?
Dude, yeah, it's already the same. He already copied it. It's so annoying. Let me have my thing. Game of Jones is such a good team name, too. Like, that was so creative.
This bit has gone on for what?
3-4 years now. Well, it started when it was the Dynasty, and I had the little Indian and like feathers with arrows as the thing, and then he changed it, and you literally couldn't tell the difference. It's annoying.
Anthony, you got any really way too Tony pizza picks?
Thought I was trading.
Do I have any Tony pepperoni pizza picks? Is that what you're asking me?
Any way too early Tony?
I mean, I don't really kiss and tell my guys. I can't really tell you who I think's good because they're always good. But yeah, I'll give you a couple guys that aren't gonna be there around my pick that I like. I really like Garrett Wilson, but everyone likes Garrett Wilson, but he won't be there for me. I think he's probably going to be the number 2 receiver in football this year, fantasy-wise. This is a guy that I think would look fantastic, like you guys said, on Paul's team, and I'm big on him. I love Josh Jacobs this year. I think he's gonna have a great year. You can get him at good value, and I think he's a Paul Belangi guy. He's really gonna grind that rock. Scrappy. Who else do I like? I like that running back. What's his name? Yeah, kind of like.
Oh yeah, good.
That running back, that one. Oh, I don't know if I should say that guy because I might take him. Oh, I like Zamir White a lot. I'm a big Zamir White guy.
Zeus.
I like Zeus. If you look at his last 4 weeks, I believe he was RB3 the last 4 weeks when starting. And he averaged like 22 carries a game. So, and they have no one else. They have Gardner Minshew, who it's sad, but he's an upgrade. I think he is better. But yeah, I'm excited. We're back. We did it.
1 week from today, right now. The draft will be over.
Yeah.
I hated my life for like 6 months. We did it.
We made it.
So sad and depressed when we went on football. Like genuinely, like I should probably go to therapy for it.
Look forward.
We're so back. Have you guys? I'm sure everyone's seen it, but Braden, you probably haven't seen the big cat talking about football thing.
No,
I'll show it to him after.
I'm gonna play it right here, so everyone can listen to it.
You only have a certain amount of football games left in your life. That's true. There's a finite amount of football games. That's facts. You're gonna watch. Get on your couch, get that nice groove in your couch, put on your big hooded sweatshirt. You can eat all day because your fat doesn't show through. Yes. You watch football. Yes. And the next day you watch some more football. Yes. Then someday you'll die and there'll be no more football.
But until your dying day, you can still look forward to football season.
You only have a
Right? Let's enjoy football. We are back.
Let's
You
do
can't
it.
have a bad day when there's a football game going on. Like, our lives suck right now. There's a span when like the only bad days of the week that you're like, am I gonna make it through this? Like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and you're like, am I gonna make it? And we do make it, but right now it's every day. But we're bad. We only have to be miserable 2 days a week. We have a reason to get out of bed every day, but 2 days a week for the next 3 to 4 months. Come on, everybody. Tony's Pizza's back. Nick Jones is back. Braden's back. Carter, this is probably the last time to be on this. Alexi's probably going to be back. We are fired up. Powerball Junior, we have like 20 seconds left. We're just going to talk until it runs out. Final statement.
Hey.
Final statement is if you want to see me win another championship, put me in a division against Alexi.
They left.
Wow.
What else?
All right. Good podcast, everybody.
Let's have a great year, ladies. We'll have more content for you next week. Braden, I'm going to send this to you. You're going to upload it.
Nah.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.